All right, lads, welcome back to me podcast, Cheaper Than Therapy. Mick Thomas here. How are you? Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing, coming back, and all that stuff. I greatly appreciate it. I really do. I'm coming to you live from my daughter's gaming cubby again, whilst the new Cheaper Than Therapy studio is being built, bricks and mortar, from the ground up, foundation, and all of that stuff. Check out my other podcast with my good friend Corey Brooks, The Manxiety Show. It's a bit serious. Talk about mental health for men. Of course, women are more than welcome to join us on the journey too. But it is kind of, for men. I'm actually looking, because the Almost Irish podcast kind of died, didn't it? The lads, and I like that. I like being wild and stuff with them. But that's kind of gone. So I'm actually looking maybe for another podcast to do, start up another podcast with some more comedians. Do I do it in a studio? Do I do it through Zoom? I'm not sure. If you are listening to this and would think I'd love to do a podcast with you, Mick, let's have a look. Give it a go. Let's try it out, shall we? But anyway, yeah, until then, here we are. What was I going to talk about today, actually? So, I have a lot to talk about today. I'm just back from a trip in Florida, but I'll talk about all that in a minute. Florida and South Carolina. So Ukraine is in trouble, right? Russia went ahead and invaded. They invaded the Ukraine, and shit has hit the fan. And it's tough, right? Because here's what's bothering me about the whole war is just people's opinion right now. It's changing because this is the first war that we can really document with social media, videos, live coverage, because the Vietnam War, you would send off photographers, right? And the photographers would come back once a month or whatever, twice a month, once every 2 months, and it would put it in Time magazine. And you got to see only based on what was happening on the magazine, or the newspapers. And then you go fast forward to the Gulf War, all that stuff, and we just didn't have the technology as we do now to kind of fight. So this war is really kind of in our faces every single day. And the thing about this war is that you get to watch the idiots comment on it, right? What I mean by that is just everyday idiots like me and other people who think our opinion matters. Just pointless people making pointless comments, trying to sound intellectual, which I'm not going to do. I'm not even going to try to sound intellectual on the war. Like people, like girls who are saying my OnlyFans now will be 50% off for Ukraine people. So that's good. That's good to know that the people in Ukraine are out there suffering, and but you can see this girl who's a 6 shake her arse for 50% of that. So if you're in the Ukraine, go ahead. I'm also offering aid to the people in the Ukraine. Free comedy albums. Mick Thomas, 2 comedy albums. Live at McGuire's and Mick Thomas 2. Hit me up. I will send you out free copies to the Ukraine. More than happy to do that. More than do my part. Because I want to feel that this war is about me. This war is about me. And I have to make everybody else feel that. Is it Mick Thomas a good person because he's doing all these things for the war, giving away his album? I don't want to be one of those negative people, like who really suffered from it. Like, there's a lot of people who have suffered from this war. Joy Behar being one of them. I don't know if you saw that on The View. She had a comment. She goes, I've been trying to go to Italy for 4 years, and now, there's fucking, COVID didn't let me, and now this fucking war. I'm paraphrasing. Now this war, because the refugees, you have 4 million refugees heading over into Europe, which is probably going to take over a lot of Italy. And so my heart goes out to Joy Behar, who's really, really suffering out there now. You know what I mean? And it's just so now there's all these things where this is where it gets where people get involved. When the average person in the street, the average asshole behind the phone gets involved. Boycott vodka from Russia. So I'm going to boycott vodka, which I've always done my whole life. I had a bottle here actually, and it was worth I think $110 of vodka. And people are like, get rid of your vodka. I'm like, I'm fucking keeping that vodka as $110. Someone gonna re-gift that on Christmas time. Fuck that. I'm not giving it pouring $110 bottle. Someone already paid for it. I ain't pouring it down the sink. I'm gonna give it to somebody else. I am gonna boycott. Let me see. I boycott women from Russia. So I won't go to strip clubs where there's Russian strippers. But I'm definitely going to boycott the Russian women. You know the ones where there's a woman and then a smaller woman jumps out of her, and then another woman will jump out of her, and a smaller one, and women will keep jumping out of these women until they're little tiny women. So I'll boycott those Russian women. And here's what pissed me off too about this whole thing is those like boycott this, boycott that. But I lost my train of thought already. This is great start to the show. Oh no, I saw this thing. Here's what I saw. All kind of somewhat joking aside, but I saw this video and it's doing the rounds. And I don't know if you saw it. It was on the first day of the attacks. All these people were saying goodbye to their family because it's sending them off to a safe zone. There wasn't enough room for everybody, so it was a lot of fathers kissing their wives and kids, going goodbye and sending them off to the safe zone while they stayed to deal with whatever was happening. And I just thought, where the fuck are the feminists? Where are you, ladies? Where are you? Where's the talk now? You know what I mean? All the people who thought they had real problems in this country. Where are you now? Where were the feminists when the men were putting fucking warm clothes on their kids, kissing them off goodbye? Never see you again. Women and children, off you go. The men will stay here. Where were they? Now, granted, there are some Ukrainian women who are fucking fighting. They're soldiers. They're fighting. Good for them. But where were the feminists? Because I didn't see the average woman sticking behind and going, I'm staying with you, honey. Or how about you go take the kids and fuck off to safe land, to safe island. Which is weird, right? I was like, where are the feminists now? Where are you, girls? Where are the feminists who want fucking, you know what I mean, who think you have it tough? Where were you when these men were just fucking saying goodbye to their families? Never see them again, because you know what? We're men. That's what we have to do, right? We gotta fucking have we're no room on the bus for us, but we gotta stay and watch rockets come through our fucking window. Yeah, but men, they hold the door open for us. They're such bad people. Fuck off, feminists. Fuck off. I understand the message. I understand where feminism comes from. I understand when there's no equality for you, which there kind of is, really. I fail to see it in this country. I fail to see it. Maybe it's me being ignorant. If it is, correct me. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see it. Women are not paid less. Women are not paid less. All right? In this country. They're not. Prove me wrong. Find statistics. Prove me wrong. It doesn't exist. I don't see it. Women can do all the fucking jobs you want to. You can do what you want. You have the run of the mill now. But stop fucking bitching when you see these men staying behind, let their wife and children go off to a safe zone, but they stayed. Because that's what we're supposed to do. It's what's in here. That's in our DNA. That's what society. But fucking feminists, all these people who thought they had problems, real problems. Do you know what I mean? Like, you fucking people who just out there. He didn't call me by my right pronoun. It's not against your pronoun. It's not against it. It's not. It's really not. Be who you want to be. That's what I'm saying to you. But maybe you put it in perspective. You think if your fucking house was being fucking bombed by rockets, you think they're gonna give a shit that you're they, them, him, her? So my point is, you don't have problems, people. You don't have problems. Yeah, in your life, they might seem big, but you got to stop and put it in perspective. You know, there was no problems? Disney World. I was in Disney this week. Oh, did I love it. I went down to Florida. I had a blast in Florida, and then I went to South Carolina. And I went down to Florida, and I got to see my good buddy, Mr. Adam Snare. I went down to Adam's place in Florida. Guy's living the life, right? He's off of Long Island, living in fucking Florida. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you get off this shit cold island and go down to the fucking 80-degree weather in February? Went down, played a bit of golf with Adam. Only top golf, by the way. It wasn't real golf. It was just like video game style golf. And we did 2 shows. Madcap Comedy Club. I went down there. I did kind of like a guest feature spot. Phenomenal. Oh, by the way, also, this Wednesday night, I am at Caroline's Comedy Club. This Friday night, the Brokerage in Belmore. This Saturday night, I am in Maguire's Comedy Club, and I'm there with a bunch of people from Ireland, off to boat, Irish people, real Irish people. Come see me. Come on down. This Sunday, Boston, Laugh Boston. I'm going to be up there this Sunday. A lot of good things, man. A lot of good things. Come down and see us. Check it out. But anyway, so I go to Madcap Comedy Club. Man, it's a fucking great comedy club. It is wild. It is wild. It is run well. It's run by a comic, so he gets it. He wants to have fun. Adam Lowry. If I'm hoping I'm saying his name right, Lowry. Sorry, Adam. I gotta look up your. I'm horrible with names. But Adam was fucking. He runs the place. His staff are phenomenal. And the crowds were just wild. It was great, man. I had a great time. So I sent in Adam some avails. I am going to be down there headlining before the year is out, around the end of the year, November, December. So Floridians who liked me and who, like the bunch who started following me again and reaching out to me, I'll be back. I will be back. You can guarantee I will be back in Florida very, very soon because I just had a blast. So I went down there. I was with Adam and I did the shows. The shows were, like I said, wild. And then I went up to Disney. I went up to Disney with the family, and it was great, man. Look, I haven't done this in a while, but like Disney really is the kind of place, isn't it, where all the worst human beings get together, isn't it? Like physically, I mean, like just so many, like just like monsters. Like they don't care. They just really don't care, and you get carts, like they go around in carts, and they just bump your ankles and shit, and then you have the cliche T-shirts, right? Best trip ever, and then it's like, yeah, I paid for this trip and blah, the most expensive trip ever. I'm like, don't do that. It's tacky. Don't let everybody know that you had to go to the local credit union to borrow money to go to the Disney trip. You don't have to do that. All right, because your kids are not going to appreciate it, first of all. The kids are going to go have fun, make it about them. They don't care where the money comes from. So stop wearing a T-shirt highlighting the fact that your kids are ungrateful. Because all kids are ungrateful, mate. You don't need to do that. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to do it. Just fucking go. It's Disney. Pay out the arse, whatever. Sell a kidney. And fucking, maybe cash in your life insurance policy. Do something like that. But you got to go. You got to go. Just don't complain because kids don't give a shit. Kids do not give a fuck that you spend that much money on it. Do you know what I mean? They don't really care. And here's the thing. We went down to and in Disney, there was like my not to get too technical. My son when he was younger, he still has issues, right? Issues where he needs kind of assistance with things. He's fine. Trust me, he's fine. He's normal, air quotes normal kid. But Disney had it on file because we went down there years and years ago. Disney were able to kind of take care of him a little bit when he had these things. So I guess when we booked the trip, they have all this information on. They go, hey, listen, your kid, he's got the thing still. Come on down, we'll take care of you again. We didn't even we weren't one of those people that just walked up to the front of the line and just fucking be fucking pretend to be drool a little. We'll get fucking this shit. So they reach out to us, said, meet us over at such and such a place, we'll take care of you. So we go down, but the amount of people that try scam in this place, man, was for this one woman, there's like, I get this bad anxiety, and just the thought of just thinking about it now gets me so worked up. I'm like, Jesus Christ, lady. And you turn to the left, and there's a girl in a wheelchair who's just totally, like, is it paraplegic? Is that it? Just gone. Like, every muscle in her body she has no control over, right? And she's waiting to talk to the staff about the services. And I'm like, this fucking lying bitch is up there, just saying, like, I don't like waiting on lines and stuff. I guess she's trying to scam it. And they're like, look, let's just talk over here. Which was good, because they didn't cave. They didn't cave. So we go up, and we felt bad, going in. But, like, you called us, so we went in. And I was just telling my son, like, you know what, son, just, when you go in, just be yourself. Just be yourself. I don't, if they have an issue. And it's funny because there was that paraplegic girl. I was kind of like, see, here's what I do. Let me say, this is going to come off very bad. So I better kind of say this first before I tell you what I said to my son. Is that, like, when I see pain, something that makes me in pain, like that hurts me. Like if I see a girl like that in a wheelchair, my heart breaks, and I think of the family, I think of her, what they're going through. But then there's some fucking court gesture in my head that won't allow me to feel that pain. So he swipes in and just makes a fucking joke, so I don't feel the pain. But I watched, my heart's fucking broken watching his family, and then the gesture comes in and goes, fucking, you better laugh. So we're watching this thing, and I go, son, just go in there, just be yourself. I don't want you to, just don't be an asshole. I don't want anyone think we're taking advantage of anything. And of course I said, look at that girl over there. I said, she's really selling it. Don't want you to. And of course my son, like, who's 12, goes, even he knew it was fucking, that was a horrible thing to say. And it was a terrible thing to say. But I didn't say it out loud. But, so I had to explain to my son about how fucking like depression works for a comedian, is that we don't deal with it. We don't deal with the pain that we're feeling. So we say, we'll just have jokes. And yeah, it could be a positive thing, but it's also kind of a shitty negative thing because you say horrible things like that you don't mean. Okay, so I apologized to my son for saying it. And, I'm sorry if you were upset by it. I really am. Of course, I meant no harm by it. But, so we had Disney. It was good. Disney was great, man. We had a blast. And, but then like the funny thing about, Florida, which I fucking love. I really like Florida a lot, is that I go to this dealership with Adam to look at motorcycles, like Harley's, a Harley dealership. And so I'm talking to this guy, right? I don't want to mention his name because I believe he will get fired if this story gets out to him or to Harley. And I tell people, I'm like, you should call Harley, they'll give you a free motorcycle for this. And I'm like, look, I'm not calling Harley because I don't want a free motorcycle. Like, I don't want this guy getting fired. But then some people are saying, fuck him, he deserves to get fired. So here's what happened. I go there, we're talking. He immediately finds out, oh, you're a comedian, blah, blah, what are you doing in town? And I tell him, let's sit together. So I'm talking to him. And he brings me into the back, and he looks at, he's got all this stuff, the private stash of these guys, right? The bikes that aren't really out to the public. And he's like, look, this came in, you could have this for that price. And beautiful bike, a nice Heritage or whatever. But he goes, this is my bike. And he shows me his bike. And he's got a bumper sticker on the mudguard, on the back guard. And it's something like, I'm married to a cunt or whatever. Happily married to a cunt. And but then he shows me her thing. She goes, I'm a happy cunt, whatever it was. But his license plate was, I'm not going to give you the full license plate. I'm not going to give you the full license plate at all, right? Because then that's, isn't that considered dead naming or something if you give information? Or doxing or so. Yes, doxing, sorry. Doxing, dead naming is the trans thing. So I said, he did the part of the license plate, there was numbers, 4 letters, and then numbers again. And the 4 letters were NTNT. And he just, as we're talking, he points down and he goes, look at that. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Because I used to like to play those games, like the Mad Gab. We were driving along and you see a license plate and you have to figure it out. I was usually good at it, like a toy, 4, the number 4, Rob, R-O-B. Like, oh, she got him a Corvette and it's a toy for Rob and whatever. I used to like playing those games, Mad Gabs. I used to be so good at it to the point that you're trying to figure it out and you miss your exit. Like, motherfucker, I should, whatever. So let me go back again. So he had numbers, NTNT numbers. He's like, look at that. I was like, oh, what does that mean? And he was like, hang on a second. Excuse me, COVID. He goes, N-word this, N-word that. That's what it stands for. I was like, and it wasn't even like, he didn't say N-word, by the way. He said it with gusto. The full, strong N-word with that hard-hitting or like he was fucking, like he auditioned for Django Unchained and didn't get it. Oh boy, he just went straight out like, you know what I mean? Like, no, like, and then it made me think, like, what about me makes you think it's okay to tell me that, like, how racist do I look? Do I look racist? Because I never mentioned anything. I just was a comedian down from New York, blah, blah, blah. But what about me made him say, he loved this? Let me tell him, hey, it means N-word this, N-word that, with the fucking hard R. Like, what is it about me that just says, yep, he gets it. This guy gets it. Very confusing to me. He didn't even know, like, he doesn't know, like, I'm down there with my black wife. I don't have one, but I'm just saying I could have one. Just the fucking balls of him. So I was like, all right, anyway, listen, I gotta go. I gotta get back for a show. And he's like, yeah, you sure you don't want to take it for a test ride? I'm like, nah, it's all right, man. I got a rally to get to. But I really got it. Thanks very much. He was like, "Oh, let me take your number and I'll call you and you come down for a test drive next year." And I was like, "Yeah." Gave him the number 516 555, all the trees. Made up a number and just fucking just left. But people are saying to me like, you should call Harley. They'll give you a free. But like, I don't want to like. Maybe I should. People are saying you should get the guy fired. He shouldn't be working in a place like that where he's just talking, just smack like that and fucking horrifically racist. Maybe some people do have a point, but I kind of don't really want to take someone's livelihood from him. Also, I don't know where he is in his life. I don't know. Maybe this is his last straw. Maybe this is his second chance. This is it. I don't want. Am I wrong? I don't know. You tell me. Put it in the comments. Should I report him? Should I not? I don't know. But I don't want to free Harley out of it. I don't want him to lose his job. I don't want to get a Harley at his expense. I'm just saying, Harley, if you're listening to it, a Heritage would be nice. They're a nice bike. Or maybe a Sportster, but they're a bit too small. I grew out of it pretty quick. But I just came away very confused. Like, what about me makes you think I'm racist? And the whole South in general. Like, we went, visited in-laws who live on a plantation. Like, it's called Plantation of. Everything was plantation. We were driving by, visit a plantation. Like, I don't know why. Like, wouldn't you get rid of the word plantation? Am I wrong? Again, am I looking up the meaning of it? Is the meaning of it different? Is the meaning of it different for plantation? You tell me. So it's like, I mean, everything is called plantation. It's like, are you really trying to bring it back? Like, are you trying to bring it back? Because I don't know what you're doing. Our plantation, is that the thing? You're trying to revise? Are you trying to hold on to the plantation like Blockbuster? Remember Blockbuster Video or Extravision if you're in Ireland? Are you trying to hold on to it? Is that your business model? Like, we can save them. We can save these plantations. Well, I know we can. We get, we'll go online. We'll go online. That's where all the people are doing now. You can rent your stuff online. I don't know. But that's where I was. That was, and I went up to South Carolina, and that was fun, man. That was, I might move down south. I really might. Really thinking about moving down south. Dude, fuck this Long Island cold shit. Who needs it? Miserable people, miserable weather. Who needs it? But anyway, that was my week, and and I hope you're following the whole Ukraine thing, and whatever you're doing, like, joking aside, like, if you want to help people, donate and that kind of stuff, but don't pour vodka down the sink in protest. Don't do that. Don't stop tipping your Russian strippers. That's going to be the thing too. Like, I think how when people get a hold of it, it's going to turn into this, right? It's now people are going to start defending Russia because Russians are out there. Hey man, this ain't fucking us. This is this guy. This ain't us. And then someone's going to make a joke about Russians, and then we won't be able to do this accent, and we won't be able to talk like this anymore. Because you talk like this, then people say, that's racist. And then there'll be a hashtag, Stop Russian Hate. You heard it here first. I guarantee you that's coming. Stop Russian Hate. I guarantee you, Stop Russian Hate. That's what you're going to see it somewhere. I know you are. Because you can't even do that anymore. John Wick is going to apologize for killing Russians for the last 3 movies. John Wick 4 is coming out. They're probably going to hold back on that one because you can't be killing Russians anymore, man. What are you doing? Right? Russians were the go-to. They were the go-to enemy in every movie. Right? Yeah, Rambo fought the Middle Eastern, the Vietnamese, all those people. Burma, he fought all those people, right? And then it became like, you can't, that's Asian hate. You can't do that. Middle Eastern people, because 9/11 now, if you target one, that's stop hit, And then Russians were the go-to. They were white. They're white people. They're the whitest people on the planet after the Irish. And they have a funny accent like the Irish people too. But that'll be... Who's going to be the enemy now? Who is going to be the enemy? If we can't... You know what I mean? Our Eskimos? Are they the new enemies now for movies? You know what I mean? John Wick puts on a sweater. It's fucking Eskimos hacking the ice. I don't know. Anyway, I hope everything works out. If you're doing something for the people in the Ukraine, that's great. Good for you. That fucking president's kicking ass though, right? Vladimir. He's like, I'm going nowhere, bitch. He's in armor. He's out there literally fucking fighting for him. Literally with a gun in his hands fighting. Just like our guy would. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, liking, subscribing, and sharing. Like and subscribe, share it out, tell people about it, whatever. Fucking hell, help a brother out. I'm trying to build a new studio here. But thanks for listening, everybody. I do appreciate it. And check out my other podcast. the Menziety Show with my good friend Corey Brooks, available also where you get your good podcast from, YouTube, and so on and so forth. And please come see me live in person, live Wednesday, Caroline's Comedy Club. Thursday, the Gruen Theatre in New Jersey. The Gruen Theatre Art Center, the Gruen Art Center in New Jersey. Friday, I am at Bohemia, the brokerage. Saturday, McGuire's Comedy Club in Bohemia. Sorry, Belmore for the brokerage. Bohemia. And then on Sunday, I'm in Laugh, Boston. Then I got the comic strip. I got a bunch of dates at the comic strip, the 25th, 26th. Oh, and 18th, 19th. How did I forget? I am headlining Laugh It Up in Poughkeepsie. I'm taking my good buddy Dan Barry on the road with me again. So Laugh It Up in Poughkeepsie. That's it. Anyway, thanks so much, guys. I'll see you again soon. As always, take care of yourselves and wash your hands, you dirty fuckers. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.